Hey, everyone. All right, this is one of the most requested help questions, most requested trainings, and I'm super excited to bring it to you today. So, without further ado, we're going to dive right in to how do you create great Pinterest image descriptions. First off, let's start at the beginning, okay? When you're using Pinterest, people are going to be using the search bar. They're going to be scrolling through their feed. They're going to be looking for relevant content to fix what their needs are, whether it's purchasing, whether it's learning something, DIYing something, it doesn't matter, right? Reading something, they're searching for that content right now. And so, what's super, super important is that you guys focus on what your description and title is saying to them. Not only the image, we talk about that in other videos, but what is that description saying and what keywords are you using in that description to be able to be found when they're doing this type of search, right? So, what is the Pinterest image description? For those of you who aren't familiar with this or haven't done this as much, when you create an image on Pinterest, you have a section where the image will be uploaded and you will see that. And then next to it, it will say add your title. Next to that, underneath, it will say tell everybody what this pin is about. That is where your image description goes. The title, the description, and then your destination link. Those three things are right to the right of the image you just uploaded. This is where you want to add that great caption. Tell them the story, add the keywords, right? You have up to 500 characters to be able to not only capture their attention and get them to click through, but you also have those 500 characters to be able to really hone in on the phrases that people are going to be searching for, okay? So after you publish your pin, what's going to happen is they'll be able to view it either on mobile or desktop, and it will appear either underneath the pin or to the right of the pin, okay? So it will be right there for them to be able to see when they see the image that you've created as well. So what do you put in that section? What gets them to, one, find your pin, and then two, want to click through for more, right? So you need to be very strategic about this. Finding those relevant keywords that I keep mentioning is going to be super important. So if you haven't watched my other video on how to use trends.pinterest.com, you're going to want to go ahead and do that, because that's going to give you what's actually trending on the platform right now. It's going to give you keyword suggestions on what to be able to use for what people are searching. So you want to consider what words are potential clients or potential purchasers going to Google, going to social, going to Pinterest to be able to search for that solution to the problem that they're having, whether it's a problem that they want to purchase something, whether it's a problem that they need to solve or they need to hire someone, or maybe they need to read or watch or learn more about it, right? These are the words that you want to include in your description. So if we're talking about, let's say, for example, I have a blog post that talks about how to create an effective content marketing strategy, right? And so I have the pin pulled up here on my screen. And what I talk about in this is my description is I want to talk about how to create content marketing strategy in a few easy steps. So already right off the bat, I have content marketing strategy in there, but you notice the tone of my voice is focused more on conversation, right? I'm inviting them, I'm telling them what I want to talk about. If we are not creating a strategy, then we're throwing pasta at the wall and hoping that it sticks. Let's dive in and go over the easy steps to help you create the plan and go over those core steps that will provide you with the framework essentials that you can set up to be successful in your online business when creating an effective content strategy. So I have online business and content strategy. I'm talking to them about how it's going to be easy steps. I tell them to click through and learn more on the image, right? So I'm capturing a lot of things in terms of marketing and business owners and content strategy in that phrase, in my title, in my image. And I want you to focus on the fact that, like, I did not go in there and say, if I'm talking about content marketing strategy, I didn't go on there and say social media posts, because that's not what I'm specifically talking about. I didn't go on there and say DIY your website, right? Because those are irrelevant to the content marketing strategy theme and discussion that I'm talking about. And so that if you use irrelevant keywords in your description, that's only going to cause your pin to be shown to the wrong people. It's may get you views. It's not going to get the click-throughs. It's not going to get the saves. And it's definitely not going to be out there long because it could potentially get marked as spam. So nobody has time to put out these pins and this content hoping that you get all these views, but you don't get the back end ROI or that it gets marked as spam, right? We don't have time for that. So make sure that you keep those keywords irrelevant. If you're talking about apples, don't put keywords in there about light bulbs. Like, I know that makes no sense, but that's my analogy. Like, don't focus on things that are so out of the box just so you can capture the attention of this audience, knowing that they're searching for those things, right? Make sure that when you're writing that description, it's clear. It's telling them what they're going to get involved with if they click through. Make sure that you tell them exactly what you want them to do. We're not mind readers as people. We're not going to understand how to do something or what you want us to do if you don't tell us, right? So include details that are going to tell them the next step they need to take once they're looking at your pin and reading your pin, and what to expect, right? When they're going to click through. And then don't forget how to include those show stopping, those intriguing type of words that leaves that person wanting to know more. Like, their life would be better off if they click this link, right? Like, that's a little extreme, but I mean, that's what we need to do, is we need to make them feel like this is yes or no situation. Like, you have to click through. So be straightforward about everything as well. I am someone who loves transparency. So if you're someone who loves transparency, give me a shout out. But you need to be transparent and straightforward in everything. So if there's going to be something to purchase, make sure that you're clear that this is going to be a purchase. If you're going to be leading them to sign up for something, make sure that you're clear about that. Don't try to do clickbait. Don't try to be misleading, right? I hope that was helpful. I know this was a short one. Currently, my princess is waking up, so we gotta, oops, here we go. Waking up. So I gotta run, but thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me. And I can't wait to talk to you guys all later.